Safe Morrison, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, and their co-host there, Jeffrey Fernandez, internet sensation and movie superstar. What's going on, Jeffrey? That's just silly. Did you do an event this weekend? Oh, okay. I thought that you might have. I did. We did Reno at a new location, Palomino Tire. Um, Josh T.W.I.C.A helped set that up for us. Hey guys, I'm still sharing here, trying to get this all done. Um, anyway, so Josh helped set up the event or the location, and so it was a brand new location. It was actually just down the street, maybe a half a block from where we had been doing the shows at Baldini's Casino. And so it was really cool because it was windy as hell. They were saying 25 to 27-mile-an-hour gusts of wind. And so the guy actually let us put the judging towers inside of his install bay. All right, yeah. So I mean that was way cool. All right, I got shared with everybody. Let's see here. That's May 23rd. This is today. So there we go. I can see us now. There we go. So far, we got looking in Cisco Barajas, Mario and Anthony Perella, Rosa Espinoza. They drove all the way up. Rosa and Moses drove all the way up to Reno. Carlos Castro turning in. Brandy Lee Korth, Robert Valenzuela, and four others is what it says on that side. Chantel Garcia. Is that your daddy? Is he Chantel? And then obviously we got Tristan from Bridgetown, Barbados tuning in on the YouTube side. All right, so our guests this week, we have Rick and Ricky Garcia. How's it going, guys? So why don't you tell us a little bit, first off, a little competition background, what you got, what you guys compete with, all that stuff. Okay. And what's that doing, or what are we looking at for numbers? Oops. Hold on a second. They can only hear me, so let me do a quick thing real quick. Um, properties and desktop audio, microphone. Where are my microphone speakers? Monitor off. We can. It's everybody else. Let's see if that fixed it. Say something. Nope. All right, let's try one more time. Bam. Properties. We will get this fixed up. Um, let me see here if I can't fix this real quick. Desktop audio device defaults. Auxiliary. Bam. Wow. Doug, we can't hear. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Let me try this one again here. This one is. Let's try fixing that. All right, try something now. No, sir, that is not working either. Let's try this. Mixer. I wonder why I can't hear you guys. Desktop audio, it shows it's good. My phone is full volume and I can barely hear Doug. Hold on. Give me a couple seconds here, guys. Let me see if I can't figure out what's going on here. All right, let me try, and it looks like everything's turned on. Let me try you guys one more time. Tell Ricky to check and see if their mic is muted. It is not muted because I can hear those guys fine. So I do know that their mic is not muted. So monitor off. And test audio. All right, no, we can't hear that. Okay, so I'm trying to get it so it works here. Dang it. I don't know what is going on here. Let me try one more thing here. Speakers. And wow, this really is sucky. Because I'm showing everything working, and let's try. Nope, I don't want to do that. They can hear me only. Let's try default. All right, try something now. Nope, still nothing. Why is it not picking up my... It should be on my desktop speakers, so they should be hearing the same thing as I am hearing. Default. We can.
The viewers can.
Yep. Say something.
Test.
There we go.
Test.
Yep.
Got it?
Yep, we do have it. All right, guys. Let's get back to real quick. So we got Ricky and Rick Garcia here. Sorry about that. That's, Windows changes stuff all the time. I just updated. Jeffrey, say something so we can confirm that they can hear you.
Test. Can you guys hear me?
It is showing that they can hear you on my end. We'll see if Tristan... I'm going to turn you guys up just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it says we can hear now. So.
Okay, I'm going to turn me up just a little bit too. All right, they can hear now. Perfect. Travis Hostetter just stepped in. Okay, let's go with this again. Ricky, why don't you tell us about what you got, sir?
So I have a Super Street no-wall vehicle. I got a 84 Dodge Caravan. Or Plymouth Voyager.
Yeah, same thing.
Four JetBlue Neo 15s. Powered by 4 DC Audio 9Ks on 25 excess power 16-volt batteries.
I think he kind of let something out of the bag. He says he has 9 of those amps.
No,
he just hasn't plugged them in yet.
9Ks.
Anyway, yeah, so he's got some 9Ks. He's got no wall. What number are you guys doing?
That one's doing a 160 63.7.
Okay. Why don't you tell us who's sitting on your right there?
This is my dad.
All right.
The mad mechanic man.
So that's Rick, and you're Ricky.
Yes.
So Rick, why don't you tell us about what got you into this?
So back in the day, my uncles all had, in the early 80s, they all had home stereo systems in their cars. And then one of my uncles, later on, he went all out. And I don't know if you remember that car. He had that red Cutlass from Sound Unlimited with the 812s in a wall.
There was a red Cutlass there. I just don't remember much about it.
Yeah, so he was into it, and then he was competing. I liked how the competition was, and they were big Lanzar guys. So, and I never was a fan of Lanzar.
Yeah.
So me and my uncle from there it just started competing, trying to beat him, just trying to edge him out.
Yep. And so what year would that have been?
Oh shoot! So he's 2002, 2003, 2004.
And that would make Ricky how old at that time?
4 years old.
All right.
Wow.
So when did he start running around at the shows?
2006, 2007.
So you were born in 2000, Ricky?
Yes.
That's the same age as my son. So anyway, so he was running around there, 6 years old, checking out the shows. What made you bring him to a show and whatnot?
I took him to one show and he liked the trophies. And at that time, I just had in my Tahoe. And so when I saw that how much he liked the trophies, one of my buddies that owned the shop, he had a Ford Festiva. So he was like, "Here, do what you want." So I actually built a Ford Festiva for him to compete with.
Okay. And when did you do that? How old was he at that time?
That was 2006 because we went to the 2007 finals.
Okay.
Right? You think that's how it worked?
Yeah, 2007 finals would have been in over in San Francisco. Yes. That's when Jeffrey did his little world record thing.
207. Speaking of, but that was the San Mateo?
San Mateo,
No,
yes, sir.
San Mateo.
San Mateo?
Yep, inside the convention center there.
We had a sponsorship from RE Audio and US Amps. And they supplied us with the subwoofers and the amps as well.
Okay.
And then I built it from there and then let him compete with it. And then it's just been going since.
So Ricky, you have stats all the way back to 2007?
My WCI account, yes.
Oh, you can get those combined if you wanted, right?
Yeah, I have different vehicles. I still have the Festiva account also.
That's right.
True.
And what's WCI stand for?
West Coast Image, the original shop that we started at.
Okay. All right. So your dad told us he got you in when you were about 6 or so. What's your earliest memory of going to a stereo competition and stuff?
That's hard. I just remember bits and pieces from pictures and stuff. I can't really remember too much of them. I do remember World Finals though. I do remember that a lot. Seeing all the crazy vehicles there.
Well, you gotta stop smoking those blunts, and that'll help your memory.
Which World Finals do you remember? Was it 07?
Yeah, 07. I think
I'll have to take a look at some pictures and see if maybe you're in the background or something.
Probably.
He went against Rusty. Rusty took him out.
What class was that? Super Street No Wall?
Super Street 3-4.
Oh, okay. So it was when Rusty had the van, not the
yeah, he had the van.
not the truck.
No.
Yeah, that's cool. So
and then
go ahead.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Rip Rock was there, and I know Rick really.
Twins.
Like Rip Rocks, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was my first big experience. I seen the amps come out the bottom, the batteries.
If there's anything that's gonna kind of like persuade you to, really be into the sport is seeing something like that. Because that was it like a Isuzu Trooper? Yeah, that thing was crazy.
Something like that.
Oh, yes, yeah. It was the green or black or something. It was really dark color.
Yeah.
Yep.
But even Jeffrey's was pretty. I think that was all lined up with all those sound string. What were they, 10Ks or?
Yeah, they were the 10Ks.
Yeah, the 10Ks.
Yeah.
That whole ran lined with them.
It was a Plymouth Voyager, just like yours.
Yeah.
So I know a little something about Plymouth Voyagers.
And the no wall build, right?
In the no wall build, but man, you guys nowadays, you can put as many woofers as you want. Back then, it was just like two woofers tops.
Yep.
And now you over there, Ricky, put 415s in a box in a Plymouth.
Yeah.
Plus, the batteries, you were limited in space, right? Because the way the no walls vehicle works, especially those vans, is the more space you have behind the box, the louder it is. So you got to find that happy medium where you need the power, but you need the space. So you had to find that medium. And now with the lithium batteries, man, you can get a bunch of power and a lot of space, right? So
And that's where we had problems that when we went to finals this last time, we added the extra amps. So we had 8 amps in there. So we were a lot taller, and the number wasn't that great, but the windshield was just going too easy. Where now we're at the same number with less power. So it was just that height. I noticed the higher we went up, we were losing.
Travis Hostetter wanted to know, are you guys coming to the show on Friday night at Jay's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they usually show up there, so I mean that's pretty cool. Yeah, so you guys switched to lithium yet in your vehicle totally, or no?
No.
That's expensive.
I would say no, yeah, big time. And then after finals every year, everyone's always selling their batteries, so we're always getting them cheap, and it's not a daily driver, so we're not worried about weight or nothing like that.
Yeah, but I will tell you,
the
if you get that extra space, you might be surprised what happens to your number.
Yeah.
SQ Sounds out of Bridgetown, Barbados. They keep saying, "Man, you guys look like brothers." And his wife, that was Tristan, and his wife Tiffany says, he keeps saying dad, and he goes, "There's no way that's your dad." So no, that's cool. So Ricky, what's your earliest memory of a show? What's your biggest memory of any show? Is it World Finals? Is it an Autorama? Is it like Jay's Alarms? What was your biggest memory of any shows?
I think it was just World Finals, like that whole experience, like seeing all those vehicles, like the Rip Rock band. That's all I remember mainly is just that everything. 2 subwoofers, I think it was. I think they had on all those amps and all those batteries.
Yep. No, that was an extreme vehicle, and they were doing a 180. Or they weren't doing 180. Were they doing 180 by then, or no?
70. It was a high 70.
Okay. So it was a couple years after that they went. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because when we went to Oklahoma for World Finals, they did the 180 there for the first time.
Yeah.
So do you guys have plans to go to World Finals this year in Owensboro, Kentucky? Owensboro, Kentucky.
So it's how would you say? So right now I haven't been working since December because of my arm. So I'm not sure when I'm gonna go back, and if I do go back, are they gonna give me the time? But I was also telling my son, if we can be in top 3, then yeah, I wouldn't mind going all the way over there.
Well, that's going to give you a very similar situation as when we had it in out there in San Mateo, because you're going to have guys that you haven't seen, and they're all going to be in one location this year. And so I would strongly suggest it. What's his name? Justin Stolman hit me up again. He can do 2 cars at a time. He can do up to 4 cars because he's got another car or a car trailer sitting there that he can have somebody drive. But he can do, I believe, up to 4 cars. So if you guys want to hit up Justin Stolman and see what kind of pricing he can give you for transporting to World Finals.
Cool.
So that's for guys that need to do the transport thing. Because like for guys like Rick, where they got to be back at work and whatnot, it makes sense to transport your car. They come pick it up at your house or wherever, and then they drop it back off at your house. And they have it at World Finals in between, right? So, not a bad deal. So, Rick, what's your favorite show you've been to or whatever? Where's your favorite been?
Ooh. It was Fresno Fairgrounds.
Okay.
And it was when it was pretty cool because there was, I believe, 4 shops. They had 4 shops doing like a build off as well.
It was 2. It was 2.
Was it 2 shops?
Yes, it was 2 shops. Yep.
And it was just one, and Jeffrey had his escort there. And then, because I believe those guys were only given like 112 and 1 amp, and
Yep.
they had to do the best with that. And then the Brazilian dudes were there.
Yep.
With their truck and all the speakers in the back and everything.
And I believe it was either Too Short. Yeah, I think it was Too Short was on the stage for that.
Yeah.
That one too.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it was a pretty cool. I like that one.
The build off
auto
put on by
shows,
Jays.
They were big with the car shows, but I'd say that one was pretty intense.
Yeah. So for you people that don't know, we did a show build off at the show. Essentially, 2 shops showed up with a vehicle. We don't even know what the vehicle is. They don't know anything. They just know, hey, we're gonna give them an amount of subwoofers. We're gonna give them an amplifier, and we're gonna say build it, and then we're gonna tell them what class it was. And I honestly don't remember what class they had to build to, but that's what we did. So we said, hey, say you had to build to stock 5K or whatever, right? So we had them build to that, and at the end of the show, they ran it to see who was louder. The winning team, they had to bring their own wood, and they had to bring their own vehicle, and then they wire it up before they got there, so that they would have an idea of what it was. But they couldn't start building the boxes because they didn't know what class they were building for. So that was really cool. I don't remember who won, but when they won, they got all the equipment from both cars. Was your prize for winning?
Cool.
Was it a Volkswagen or an Escort that you had?
Me?
Oh, me? It was
Jeffrey.
a Volkswagen.
Yeah,
Volkswagen.
it was a Rabbit. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember towing it to that location, and I remember it was kind of like it was a fairgrounds, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was at the fairgrounds.
And we were under an awning. There was a big
I
awning
remember
there.
the awning, and I thought that was like the coolest thing because we didn't have to worry about heat or
Yeah.
how
Yep.
it was up there. But I don't really recall the build off. But sometimes when you go to shows, you're like zoning out
Yeah.
and you're doing your own thing. But man, that would have been cool to see.
No, it was really
Should
cool.
have more build offs and challenges and stuff like that.
We're working on a couple right now that are trying to get some schools involved.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be awesome if a lot of schools are declining it currently because they're afraid the kids are going to chop off their fingers or something. So they feel it's a liability issue.
Yeah.
But I do think there's other ways we can get around it and do some other
Maybe
stuff.
some prefab boxes or
Yeah.
so it's just a matter of hooking up the equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah. So anyway, no, that's awesome. World Finals. So how many World Finals have you been to, Rick?
2.
You've only been to 2.
Only competed in 2.
Okay, but you've been to a handful more.
Yeah, but to the Sacramento ones.
Okay, and what about you, Ricky?
Only 2.
Okay, so you've only competed at the 07 and last year's World Finals? Cool. And you were definitely the loudest no-wall vehicle on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
But once you get to that level, I mean, you're obviously trying to reach national level, right? But
Yeah.
man, did you
It's a
see
lot
what
of
he
heat.
busted off this last week? A couple weeks
Think that
ago?
he won?
Yeah, 171.8, I think. Is that what it was,
Yeah.
Jeff? Do you remember?
Talking about Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
busted
you
off.
guys got a chance to see Dan in action at
Yeah.
last year's finals, right? I think, did you guys go head to head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So what'd you think of that vehicle?
It's crazy.
Love.
Crazy.
It was like as wide as my arms.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one step
I
across
think
the whole
amps
vehicle.
were almost as wide as the bed, right?
The what?
The amps were almost as wide as the bed.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
they were
pretty close.
like,
Hmm.
yeah. But now that thing was cool.
Yep. So with all that World Finals, so this is really the crux of what I wanted to talk about on this podcast. I mean, we're already 26 minutes in. I spent 10 of it fixing the audio. Sorry, guys. But here's really the nuts and bolts of what I want to talk about. So, Rick, why don't you speak first towards what it's like to be able to put together a system and build it with your son, and then go out and compete with him, and kind of foster his love for car audio from your perspective.
Yeah. So like, how would you say? I first did it to when he was seeing all the trophies and stuff. So that's what I started building for. And then like I said, my uncles always had systems in their cars, and I've always had systems in my cars. And just from there, and then getting to the competition scene, you're gonna have shops here and there say blah 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 blah. So I was like, all right, well, let's see what you got. So then you start building for that, and it's just a friendly competition, nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we had the Festiva, and it's a big cab, and we couldn't get it any louder. I mean, I'm sure we could, but it takes a lot of power to do a 61 to 62. So then we started. My dad had the van in Idaho, so we went down there and we picked it up, brought it here, and then we just stripped the whole thing, and then we did all the Vibraflex on the roof. We did all the foam. I mean, it was just it was a lot of work, and we were side by side doing it, and we have our own. We'll bump heads a little.
Obviously, father son, and I mean, he's young, so he's got to,
Yeah.
he's got to
And then,
stand his dominance here and there,
Yeah, and he's got his way, I got my way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun, and then we like a lot of the guys on the team, we build all their stuff too.
Okay.
So we take a lot of pride in what we do.
Mm-hmm. So,
and then just always building.
Yeah, but so for you, would you say that it's when you see your son compete in the lanes and win and enjoy what he's doing, I mean, is that like a sense of pride for you, or?
Yeah. So if you see me at the shows, I just kind of stand back and watch.
Right.
And then like, all right, cool. I'm not out there like, I'm just like, does he got it? Because I know a lot of times he gets nervous.
Uh-huh.
And I believe at Jay's Alarms last year, he forgot to plug the amp in, or the remote for the amp. So he turned the button on to turn them on, but it didn't turn the amps on. But the guy was pretty cool. He's like, I don't want to lose that way, so I'll let you rerun.
Okay.
So I'm always just in the background, when he does win, that's what we do it for, and it's pretty cool. It's a good feeling.
Okay. So Ricky, from your perspective of growing up as a little kid, running around at the car shows, seeing all the guys' stuff, liking the trophies, to where you are now, how do you feel about that, and having your dad kind of mentor you and be part of that?
It's yeah, I don't even know how to answer that.
Well, first off, I know it's frustrating because your dad's old and doesn't know what he's talking about, right?
No, it's fun because most of the time I'm always just doing it with him, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm always learning something new every time I'm working with him. That's what I like doing.
Okay. And,
But no, especially working on the van, this build was a lot different from the Festiva because the Festiva was built in '07, so we kind of didn't do too much more to it the last season.
mm-hmm.
So this one we actually got to tear the whole car apart, tear all of the carpet, tear all the panels, tear everything to it was bare metal, grinded it, and just that whole learning where like, all right, we got to dent in this part because this is gonna do this, and the whole SPL part of it. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
And the tuning, hours and hours.
Hours of tuning. So, but so here, not everybody gets to. I mean, Jeffrey didn't get the opportunity to. Not everybody gets the opportunity to do that with their dad. That's something special that not
Yes.
everybody gets the opportunity to do.
Yeah.
And that's some people don't have their fathers around anymore or didn't have their fathers around at all. So keep in mind that hey, even when your dad frustrates you, I mean, dude, he's still your dad, and
Yeah.
that's all. You're lucky to have him to share in your passion. So that would be the best way I can say it. I think the ability to share in your passion is phenomenal, and it's great if you can do that with a family. Would it be awesome if it was a 3 generation? Get one of your uncles out there too. Get him back out there, and
Yeah, I tried to get him back out there, but he's in that midlife crisis, buying cars and hot rods.
Or we could extend it even further, maybe when, Ricky, starts having kids, he can have his kids carry on the tradition. And,
when little Ricky's out there.
little Ricky.
Yeah, little Ricky.
Little Ricky.
Yeah. It doesn't look like you're in the mood to have kids right now, though, Ricky.
Oh, there's plenty of time. Something to think about.
Yeah. So
in the future.
Yeah, there you go. So I mean, we do. I do Scottish games. So we do, the pole toss and all that other stuff, right? And I try to convince my son, and he doesn't understand it. But me and my dad compete in memory of my grandmother every year for that Scottish games, and I try to explain to my son because he's Douglas the Fourth, I'm Doug the Third. So, in my world, in my mind, it'd be so awesome to walk out on the field, Douglas Stockton Jr., Douglas Stockton the Third, Douglas Stockton the Fourth, and compete together in the competition. So,
that'd be cool.
That would be awesome. I like I said, but my son doesn't see it that way. So
he doesn't want to wear the dress.
Well, he doesn't mind wearing the skirt. He's got his own skirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he don't mind wearing it. He just doesn't like leaving his room. So
he must have a PlayStation.
No, he built a gaming computer.
Oh man, that's next level.
Yeah, it's next level computing stuff. So I have to kick him off when we're doing our live broadcast.
Oh, that dad whip, huh?
Hold on a second. On my podcast, I'm getting a text right now. No bowling tonight. All right. So then I get back to my podcast. He was like, "Brah, not even gonna answer me." I guess he doesn't understand the podcasting. All right. So, what are do you guys have like a shop together? Do you guys just work together? What do you guys do? I know Rick used to work at Jay's, right? Or he used to go in and help out at his shop or something every once in a while, Rick? Oh, you just come and get stuff from him for your shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys have a shop together? What's up with that?
Yeah, I got a shop in my backyard
Okay.
where this shop right here, and then so it's when we were doing the van, we had other things going on too. So it's like like right now we got the Festiva out there, and that's ready to go, but there's no time to put into it with everything else we have going. We painted Brian Iman's car here.
That's right. Yep.
Nova, we did that. We just painted.
How'd that turn out?
It turned out real good.
Did it? Good.
And we did Edgar's truck in here, so it's like we're always doing something different, every day. So it's hard to just be focused on one vehicle. So that's why we just, we'll just do the van, throw the Festiva in the back. We'll just take it to a show here and there.
Okay.
But yeah, we do quite a bit in here.
So what about you, Ricky? Are you trying to plan a shop someday or what?
Well, actually, this last weekend I just bought a car canopy, a 10x20.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna put that outside, and then I just bought the walls and the garage door for it so I can enclose it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna make that my wood room outside, have all my wood supplies and everything in there.
Okay.
Since all the painting we do in here, it just gets way too dusty. Too much dust everywhere. Have to blow it out all the time. So just want to build something in the front of the shop right here.
Okay. So I mean, but do you guys plan on turning that into like a business or something, or like Rick and Son or something like that?
No, how would you say? I mean, we kind of do right now.
Okay.
But not so much of business. But we'll take in like we'll do systems for people. Full complete systems, and they just under our name. We have the same name, so they RG.
Okay.
RG Customs, and then but as far as like an actual like full-time business, it's like nah. I like this stuff, and I don't want to get burnt out by it either.
Right.
And doing it every day, it's like,
That could be tough.
Yeah.
So, what else was I was going to ask you something more about the competing together. So, have you guys ever competed against each other?
No, because I think. And we try to, like, if we have the truck, the van, what do we have?
We had all three.
Yeah, I think we had all three at one show, but we were able to go in different classes. Even though I think the truck, we could go with the same as the van, no wall.
Okay.
But I think we put it in like 3-4 or something like that.
Yeah, I think most of the times I've ran the truck, you've ran it in Super Street 3-4.
Yeah.
So.
But no, we've never, even when he had his little Ranger, well, I don't think it lasted that long, but we never competed against each other, no.
Okay. I will I will tell you guys, quite common for the people that live down in the Fresno area, they're really strong on the DB drag side of things and not too strong on base race and top dog and stuff like that. What are your guys' thoughts on DB drag versus top dog versus base race, since you do live down that area?
He likes the base race stuff.
Okay.
I base raced the
truck.
The van. No, I base raced the van in Las Vegas, actually.
Oh, did you? I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing it at my show being raced.
The no wall van?
Yeah, I got first.
What class was that?
I think I did 129.9 or 139.9. I can't remember. But yeah, that one I'm probably gonna start trying to do because I don't want to really use the truck too much, pulling it with the trailer. Try if I could dial in the van for base race, I'll just start using that.
Because that's what he wanted to compete this year in at finals was in with base race.
Oh, okay. So I believe it's 70 points. Is that what it was, Jeffrey?
75.
Is it in base race?
Yeah. because
I
I
thought it was
thought they
100.
lowered. I think they lowered it to 75
Oh.
points.
Yeah, 75.
Yeah.
Right.
But the base race is cool, and the
Mhm.
Cyclone's cool, and the Top Dog.
Yeah.
How would you say? But man, I don't know. It's a lot more work into an SPL build than it is, throwing, like my truck, throw four 18s and an amp. All right, let's go.
Right.
But you know, I got four 18s in my truck, four 15s in the van, and the van's killer compared to the truck.
Right.
So it's like, it's just, how would you say, a lot more for me anyway. The tuning, the work is just hours and hours. I like that part. So
It's more satisfying, right?
yeah.
Cool.
But
And
if I wanted to, I could base race with my truck or
yeah.
Top Dog.
Yeah. And you guys let Gracie borrow the truck for World Finals last year, right?
We did.
How did that go for you guys?
Okay.
And
It went good. She got it dialed in pretty good.
okay. And so, what was the process in letting her borrow that? I mean, practice. Would you guys help her out with? How'd that go?
Nothing really. We just gave her the vehicle, and then cause she had what's his name?
Pop Tart.
No, from Canada.
Ray Choi. Oh,
There you
Jimbo.
go.
Jimbo.
Yeah, he was helping her a lot. So we gave him the vehicle that night we got there,
Uh-huh.
and we set up the mic. We brought our mic and everything, and then we were able to wire it in real quick. Cause the way I have the setup in my truck is real easy to get power, ground, and all that.
Mhm.
So they set up their own stereo, and then from there they just started practicing. And then I just gave them the truck for the whole weekend, so they had it over there in their spot, and you could just hear them just practicing,
So there was once again was a father-daughter doing it. They
Right.
weren't multi-generation competitors, but it was a father-daughter. Did you guys feel any kind of connection towards that, or hey man, look, they're doing it as a family. We are. Let's help them out.
Yeah, when I was talking to her dad, her dad was saying, how young she was, and bringing her up in this stuff, and I was like, yeah, it's the same with this guy. When he was a baby, I had, or when he was what, 2? Because he was still in a car seat. I had 612s and a wall in my Tahoe,
Uh-huh.
and people would just trip out because he'd be passed out in the back, and it was just with the bass going, I would pull up to a shop and they're like, "Can we see what you got?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then they open the door and there he is, passed out, in the seat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. With it was talking to them and stuff, and seeing how they're both doing it together too.
Yeah.
So it was had a lot in common with them.
No, that's good. Anybody else have some more questions for these guys? And we'll definitely hit them up with your questions if you guys have any.
Maybe we can get them to try out freestyle. I mean, it's still essentially a burp class.
I thought
you,
Ricky tried that out the last show. Didn't you try that out, Ricky? Oh, in the
In the
truck.
Oh, in the truck. But have you tried it in the van?
No, so we were, because this weekend they're having a Mecca and USAC. USAC?
Oh, this coming weekend, right?
Yeah, this coming weekend.
Yes. It's a
Day.
multi-point. Yes.
So we had done some testing a few weeks ago, and we're trying, different positions of the mic, kick panel, this kick panel, that kick panel, door open, and trying to figure out the frequencies and everything. So we're kind of ready for it, but I haven't tried the mic, because I believe it's anything in front of the B pillar.
Yes.
So
right into a globe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't tried directly in front of the port. So when we went to Sonoma, we did the port challenge or port war.
Port wars. Yeah.
Port war.
Okay. Yeah.
And we first did it with the mic inside, and it did real good.
Right.
So, and then when we did it on the outside, it just dropped. So we kind of know, where, but we haven't, with the freestyle, we haven't really we've been scared to test because that windshield kept breaking so easily.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But now I think we got it under control. So
Well, freestyle, you could open up your door
Or sealed or whatever you
or
want.
sealed. Yeah, I'm just I'm kind of wondering how it would be. You know, you might be, you know, with that door open. I don't know. You might kind of be
well,
looking for some trouble, but
we
for a
did
lot of
Mecca with the in the kick with door open,
Okay.
and I think we did was 65.7 or 65
Oh, okay.
something.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So just a hint, next time you do Port Wars, you stick it back in the corner of a port.
Well,
Just
that I didn't really want to say that, but yeah, that's what
just
we did.
it's so that's the trick to Port Wars. And actually, if you can make your port a little bit smaller for that, like a plug, you're gonna find you're gonna gain an SPL also. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
so we did it in the very back corner,
Okay.
and that's where we were the loudest. It was like a
Yeah.
70 something.
Yeah.
But then when we put it on the outside or on the entrance of the port,
Right.
just to see if it would make a difference, and it
Tanked.
fell off. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best USAC score I've ever done was in Port Wars. I did a 170 point something with a single 10 on 600 watts.
Damn.
So
Right.
Port Wars is not much of a challenge if you know what you're trying to do. You know, just saying. But that's why people do DB drag, right, and stuff like that. DB drag seems to be the pinnacle for car audio and whatnot.
Yeah, DB drag is mine. I
Yep.
love DB drag.
Yeah.
And so, I'd rather focus on DB drag. That's where a lot of it now, the Iasca is real big right now
Uh huh.
here in the Central Valley or, up and down.
Right.
But it was, our vehicle wasn't built for Iasca. So you get all these other vehicles that can still compete with you,
Mhm.
even though, it's like, all right, this is way different.
Yeah.
I mean,
that-
we're
get-
still doing good, but
Okay.
it's,
Not in the no wall class.
yeah, we're actually in a wall now. So
Oh, why is that for Iasca?
yeah, so Iasca, I believe, is 25 inches,
Oh,
the
okay,
box.
and ours is 30.
and yeah, DB drags is 30. So
Okay. Yeah, well, that's a great thing about a lot of the organizations. You can cross compete, right? So you can compete in DB Drag, and then you compete in Iasca. And if you have multiple events at one location, you can compete in all of them possibly, because they do kind of overlap. Sometimes they don't make them quite as overlappable. So like there's one, and there's a thing called like Radical X or something like that, where anybody that's a super street vehicle or even some of the pro stock vehicles we have, they get lumped in to that Radical class. And but you got to do what's right for you, and if you're more comfortable competing in a different organization, then hey, do that. We just need you guys to get out and compete and have a good time, right?
yep.
So what's the furthest you guys have traveled for a show then?
Oh shoot, we did. I guess you could say Reno, and is it Vegas,
Yep.
and down south to Bell Gardens.
That was one of your shows, Jeffrey?
Yeah, that was in 2006, 7.
Oh, then that would have been my show.
Yeah, it was Doug's show, but it was at a shop where I believe.
Tune Time?
Yeah, is it Tune Time?
Might have been Whittier. Might have been the shop I did in Whittier.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was U.S. amps inside. They had U.S. amps and the old school U.S. amps.
Right. That's cool. So, Ricky, what's your plans for the future of that vehicle and whatnot, and what you plan to do as far as competing wise?
Haven't really talked too much about that yet. Right now, I've just been focused on my Jeep. I'm about to start my Jeep build.
Jeep build?
Just my daily driver.
Oh, okay.
Just a daily. But no, that one just keep keep finding or keep talking to people and seeing what they recommend on their vans, what they have.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying it on ours, different little tricks here and there, but right now, no, not too much.
So we did
I'm just saying, somebody that may have had the exact same van as you.
Yeah.
we didn't cut. Everything is all still factory. So if we wanted to do the stock class, then we can just get it registered and whatnot. So it's not like a full out super street only. So we were because when we saw the what was it 160 in the 5K class or the wall or something like that.
I think didn't the guys from Mexico do a 160 in the 5K stock, right?
Yeah, something like that. So we have that option, but we like what we have right now.
Uh,
You know, when we were testing, we had I had one DC 5K on there, and
uh-huh.
that's when I was just trying to figure out the frequency and stuff. And we were doing a 160 at like 3,200 or 3,800 watts.
Okay.
So that's
That's not
where
horrible.
we're like, all right, let's just try to we don't want to hack this van up too much.
Yeah.
Try messing with the AC controls. I think that's I think I might have seen a gain or two doing it. And you gotta turn the engine on because some controls you need the engine on for it
Right.
to fully engage. So kind of mess around with that. I mean, if you get a chance, you might find some gains or two.
Just saying. Like I said, these people that typically have had they're willing to help. They want you guys to be louder and get what you can out of the vehicles you do have. Man, I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you one more question on the competing side. Man, horrible. And I don't
Well, I
even
got a
smoke
quick
stuff.
question.
Go ahead.
So Rick, Big Rick. So what advice would you give, say, dads wanting to get their kids involved in DB drag or any kind of competition organization?
I would say, it's one of those. It's weird because, like Doug says, his son doesn't, want to do the competing with him. But we grew up, or my son anyway. I grew up riding motorcycles. I introduced him to motorcycles. Now, he rides. So, I guess being close because we do a lot together.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's always like following, he's always with me. So even with the stereo stuff, I think he just liked it a lot more. And I'll always taking him to the shows. So it's I guess you could say they have to be into it. You just can't force them, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, like we grew up, or he grew up, with everything I did, and I like to do everything. So,
Right.
so in car shows too, we used to do a lot of because I have my old car, and so I would take him to car shows, and he loves car shows just as much as I do. He loves car audio just as much as I do, motorcycles as much as I do. Doing installs. So it's pretty rare, I guess you could say, to find have a kid that likes everything you do.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I did remember what I was going to ask you guys. So you guys are both down to pound, team down to pound.
Correct.
So can you speak to that a little bit? Are you guys officers? You guys just members? How does that whole down to pound thing work?
So Team Down to Pound was started by Art
Uh-huh.
and Frankie Cisco and Gabriel Behar. And then I met Frankie at a show here in Madera. It was just like a car show, and I supplied the mic for them. And then after that, Frankie just started talking to me, trying to get me in, back in, because before then, I wasn't competing no more.
Right.
We would go to the shows and we would watch and, see how it was going. But I wasn't really into, and Rick always had wrestling on the weekends. So we're always traveling, doing the wrestling thing. So that was one show that we did make, and it was just, for fun. And then Frankie was like, oh, come on, you got to get in, And then from there, we just started doing it all over again, started competing, and then so we're just regular people in the club anyway. But
Yeah.
we do, like I said, we do a lot, and a lot of the guys when they have questions, they'll ask us because we've been in this for quite a while,
Mm-hmm.
and so some of the guys are new to it. Some of them have systems, so it's like and it's a big team. There's actually more than what competes, so everyone's pretty knowledgeable, and so we're always asking everybody, for little pointers here and there.
Got you. Ricky, so what's your thoughts on being part of Down to Pound and whatnot? Do you get any value out of being on the team and whatnot?
Um, no, I enjoy it. I get we it's always good when there's help holding the windows and doors and everything. I wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't on the team.
Okay.
I'm always helping them. They're always helping me. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's a little camaraderie thing, right? Where you guys all show up together at a similar location. You have similar thought process. You guys already are part of each other's team, so you guys are
Yeah.
together. You guys want to help each other out. And there's probably barbecues off to the side and this and that where you guys hang out and as you
Yeah.
say, you break bread with your brother, right?
Yeah, and with like I said, our team is huge. So when we do get together, like at finals,
Uh huh.
we had more guys at finals with only I think two of us competed or two vehicles competed,
Uh
but
huh.
we had half the team there, and it's cool just get together, barbecue, and have a good time.
No, that's great.
And a
Um,
lot of the members on the team were all, like I said, this is my son, and
mhm.
then Carlos is my cousin, and then Frankie's a distant cousin. So it's like, and then Robert is Rick's friend from high school. So we got a lot, and then we even have Jay and Eli, who are father and son,
Okay.
and they're on the team, and then got Gavin, who's like their little kid too. So it's we're
Ev-
pretty close.
Everybody's known each other for a real long time.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, it's more of a group of friends, family style
yeah.
than just a team for you guys.
So we can talk crap to each other and nobody get butthurt.
So Jeffrey, I mean, we've already hit the hour mark, or we're right at the hour mark right now. Do you want to hit them with the question? I forgot to tell them what we do, but yeah, hit them with the question we ask everybody.
Yeah, I guess we could maybe ask them separately or maybe
Yeah,
collectively.
separately. I would
Uh,
say separately.
okay, so let's start off with Ricky here. Ricky, what is and I guess the question is for both of you. We'll start with Ricky first. What is your definition of a bass head?
Definition of a bass head. I think my definition of a bass head would be somebody who enjoys bass. Like it doesn't have to be loud or like they just love bass. Like I've seen people sit in cars where it's not very loud. Like I'm used to very loud builds. Like I've
Yeah.
listened to like loud builds, but I've seen somebody just saying something small, and
Hmm.
then they fall in love with that. They fall in love with the 10, and then it goes to a 12, 15, 18. It gets bigger after that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter what you got. It doesn't matter on the brand. Doesn't matter. Like I said back in the day, we used to throw my mom's house speaker in the car, and
Oh
we
yeah.
thought we were cool. And so and you just love the bass. I mean, in all my cars, every car I've had, and I've always had something. So it's is a bass head just somebody that wants to have a bump in their car. It doesn't have to be crazy extreme. It's just something small. I mean, I still got old speakers. One day do something with them, and so it's like a bass head is just somebody that can take something and turn it into what they like,
There you go.
and not they don't have to please the world with it either.
So would you would you encourage somebody if they were showing up to a show and they may have only saw you on the podcast or heard you on the iHeartRadio or whatever and just heard you guys talking? Would you encourage somebody to come up to you, say hi, and show you what they built and all that?
Definitely. Yeah.
That's questions.
Because there's a few shows where people are just kind of looking like, and then you can see they want to ask something, but they don't.
Yep.
And, a lot of times they probably don't know who the owners are either. So, I'll just, voluntarily, get in there and like, oh, yeah, go ahead, open the doors, look inside, if you got any questions, let me know. But I believe it was in Sacramento. There was a father and his kid, and they were there. And they were competing for the first time too, huh? And then they were looking at the van, and I was, explaining to them what we were doing and everything. And I told them, the tuning, what the roundovers were, and they were just like, what? I was, oh yeah, it all, goes into it. But yeah, no, we have no, if you have a question, if we can answer it, we will.
Yeah, and me as the judge, I don't know how Jeffrey runs his shows, but me as the judge, when people come to ask me questions and about how the show runs and everything, I'll always push them towards a veteran like Ricky or Rick or Moses even now, Yeah, just hey, because I would rather somebody that's new at the event to new to car audio get involved with somebody there that's already competing and and meet them and be part of that, because me as the judge, I could be kind of friends with everybody, but realistically I have to be impartial to everybody, so I have to keep a certain distance. I would say you guys are definitely friends. I've known you guys. Just want real quick, I just read Tristan's remark from Barbados, SQ Sounds. He puts he said, Doug, you think he has some Radio Shacks in the cupboard? Some Radio Shack 12, 10s, 15s. So I know I did. You probably have some red lines in there though.
I got I just recently got a Hafler.
A what?
That was a Hafler.
I don't know that one.
Rockford Fosgate.
Oh, okay.
It was a Hafler design.
Oh yeah, I don't know that one at all. Is that's old school?
Early 90s.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, like I said, we wrapped up. We're already over an hour here. I want to see what you guys got going on. Do you guys got anything? Who's Cindy Garcia, by the way?
And my mom.
Oh, it's your mom. Your mom has come to shows too, right?
No.
I think your mom's been to a couple of J Alarm shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom has.
Oh, your mom has? Okay. But I thought Rick, your mom had come to a couple of shows. No?
My mom lives in Idaho.
Oh, okay. Well, there's shows out there, right, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Tell her to follow Boomin' Audio.
In fact, one of my first shows was in Idaho.
Oh,
okay.
Was it one that Andy had done or Boomin' Audio?
It was.
Okay.
It was Andy, and that was in like 2000, 2001.
Oh, it must have been when he was transitioning from LA up there, right?
Yeah, because he was over here, and then he was going over there.
Yep. All right. So where are people gonna see you coming up here, Rick and Ricky?
Friday at Jay's Alarm.
Okay.
And then Saturday at Ray Aragon's shop.
Wasn't that Sonoma Speedway or something? Oh no, it's at Ray Aragon's. Oh, it's in Fresno. Okay, and that's a multiple organization event?
Yeah, that one's the Mecca in USAC.
Okay. So yeah, and I believe Chemo's doing some of that, right?
I think so.
And
I'm not really too sure.
And there's IASCA going to be happening up in Sonoma Raceway, I believe, right? Vallejo. Put on by Fat Boys Car Stereo, so they're going to be doing that. And then you guys might probably make it up to my show up in SAC, which is going to be on the 11th of June. and because that one looks like it may be a 3X event, sponsored by Fat Boys Car Audio. So we'll do the big trophies again, obviously, the 4-footers. But it'd be an opportunity to set a world record. Well, good luck with that, because he set the 171 in no walls. Doesn't mean you can't. Just saying, it's not easy. All right. Says secret. Tristan says, send us the secret on how we can stay looking as young as you as our kids. They got little kids. They got little kids running around. So, but yeah. All right. Jeffrey, what you got coming up?
Got a show coming up. I want to say mid-June. Grapevine, Texas, at Crossfire Car Audio headquarters. Mm-hmm. Debating whether or not to make it a night show. Doug, I know you do a lot of night shows, and
yes, sir.
I know coming up on these summer months now,
yes.
June, July, August. So I might make it a night show and see what happens. But that's coming up Saturday, June 18th.
Okay. Oh, my for you guys that don't know, my June 25th in Reno got moved to June 18th. So there was a conflict at our new location. So June 18th is when we're going to do that. So that's a lot of shows coming up in a short amount of time. We have, as far as DB Drag goes this weekend, it's only Friday at Jay's Alarms. Then, like I said, up at Lunsford Customs on the 11th. And then the 18th will be in Reno. And then I think I don't have another show until July 3rd, which is Jay's Alarms again, which is a Friday night. The Friday night shows are cool. Jay's really cool guy. He usually buys pizza and something to drink just for the competitors. So, that's kind of cool, right? I mean, that's real nice. Sometimes he'll throw out money for death match. We haven't got confirmation if he was going to do that again this year. Last year was really cool. I mean, we had people come from all over.
A dollar a DB.
So he did for the first show was $1 a DB. Second show was $2. Third show was $3, and the fourth show was $5 a DB for the death match. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys ever have any things about and as far as alarms go, dude, there's nobody in the world that's as good at car alarms as Jay is. So I mean, he's phenomenal. He can walk you through it over the phone. He's that good at it. You'll be telling what your vehicle it is, what vehicle you have, and what alarm you have. Okay, you're looking for the blue wire. No, it's not there. Look at your right hand. Your right hand is right where the blue wire is. I promise you. And so he's really cool. I've had him help me a couple of times on some stuff. So, hey, we got a new person over there on YouTube, Terrence Elder. Haven't seen that. He's running 418s, fourth order on a Crossfire 16K window blow through in my F-150. Kind of hard asking questions. Go to a show and have a judge it for you, Terrence. That's the best way to do it, but that sounds like a Super Street build because if it goes through the window, it's going to be a wall. So it sounds like Super Street, and then it'll be your 3 to 4 because you have 418s. So that would be my guess. And like I said, so I got all that stuff going on. Man, I got a busy car show season. What's going on over in Oklahoma? I thought we were going to pick up a new retailer up there for you, Jeff.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Right.
405 Customs.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're still waiting to do their grand opening.
Right.
Months afterwards, but I know Gary was kind of going in a different direction, and
okay.
We talked a little bit about it on the show. He was like wanting to buy and sell more vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he was doing a lot of classic cars that he was buying and selling. So
okay,
I think that's taken up a lot of his time. But
All right, that's cool. What about down south? What do you got going on down there? Anything?
Hell, people ask me all the time they want to do a show, and a couple of people I talked to, they're still kind of on the fence about things, so they're
Okay.
had nothing locked down.
Okay.
Hopefully, I was hoping to get one late June, but it's looking like maybe mid-July after all. But things are still looking pretty good up there, and
Okay. What about
anybody
us?
watching wants to do an event, hey, hit up Boom Audio Competitions. You could put a comment here, and hopefully we can get a show there soon.
Yep. What if somebody wants to do a show in the Northeast and would like to have you come out and do it?
Northeast, like
Wisconsin, or not Wisconsin, like New York or Boston.
Boston. Oh, that's Steve's, right?
Steve who?
Sorrentino. He was on the show. He was doing shows up.
That's right. He was.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a show there with him. That'd be kind of cool.
Okay. Are you traveling to any shows coming up, or like Slam or anything like that? No, because you're going to be doing a show during that same day.
Be going to Slam as spectator capacity, but
not as Crossfire.
Well, that as well.
Okay. So if somebody wants to come up and see you, get your autograph, because you're a famous movie star and all.
If you say so, Doug.
We're getting there.
We're getting there, yeah.
Yeah. No, I
think we want your autograph. Right?
Dude, bowling guys don't get autographs. Okay, so check this out. So I was bowling a tournament yesterday, and I have bowling with a 17-year-old kid, and I tell him, I go, hey, look, always bowl till your last ball, because you never know what's going to happen. And so I'm in the top couple for the whole tournament, 2, 3, or whatever, and they only take in the top 8. And I get up there, and I threw a bad ball. I thought I needed a strike. So at that point, I figured I'm just out of it, right, because it's so close. So I take my next 2 frames, and I just willy-nilly throw the ball. I don't even try. I miss playing for $2,000 the following morning by 1 pin.
Oh.
So if I would have just taken my own advice, and just played till the end, every ball mattered, right? Then I would have been bowling for $2,000 Sunday morning. And instead, I was driving my happy butt home to crawl in my attic and put in a new electric outlet for my wife's new bidet. So
that's electric?
Yes. How else do you think that thing squirts?
Oh, yeah, the fancy ones, right?
Yeah, almost all of them are fancy. I mean, but
it's not just a little faucet that you turn on that.
No. This one's all programmed, and who's sitting up there? Is it the front? Is it the back? Warm water, or you set the temperature?
Some of those at CVS when they had like this booth just of like electronic bidets and
Bluetooth onto your phone.
Yes, you can, as a matter of fact. So anyway, so I was doing that instead of bowling for $2,000. So anyway, hey guys, thank you for coming in. Thanks for talking about how your relationship between you guys and how DB Drag helped foster some of that. Gives you guys a great opportunity to be together. And for me, my kids helped me run the shows, as you know, Rick and Ricky both. I mean, you guys both met all my kids at the shows, running stuff, and it gives me an opportunity. And it's not just about being at the show. We got that long drive to and from the show, or you get into some real conversations with your kids if you choose to, and find out more about each other and learn a little respect for each other. And that's a great thing when you can share your life experiences with your wife or kids. So I would encourage anybody that they can get their kid involved. Also come to the shows and check us out. I do the West Coast, NorCal area. Jeffrey does SoCal area and Texas and Midwest, Oklahoma, wherever you guys want. If you guys don't have a judge in your area, remember you guys can do your own 1X. If you want a certified judge out there, there's plenty of them out here that are willing to fly or whatever they have to do. Just talk to them and see where they're at, and they may easily, they may be able to work a deal with you. Come out there and do a multi-point event. I used to do that to New Mexico. I used to fly out to New Mexico once a year for a 3X. And Andrew McCain and myself are good friends, stemming from that. So, but anyway, like I said, once again, hey, thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Rick and Ricky. Down to Pound guys. Remember, check them out at your local shows. Jeffrey, once again, great having you here, dude. You're a great help to the show. I appreciate you every time you come on. And me, the judge, like I said, will come to my shows, come to Jeffrey's shows, and don't just hang out in the crowd. Come up, say something to somebody, say hi, talk to the competitors. They're there to show off their vehicles. So come and show off, and even if you have a single 10 in your trunk, Rick would love to come and sit in it and you show off how proud you are of your single 10. They aren't going to roast you for not being as loud as them. They appreciate that you appreciate what you got. And always remember that at the shows. So I appreciate you guys. You just remember, everybody's there to have a good time, and they are going to more want to help you than anything else. So with that being said, if everybody invites one person with them to every show, we automatically double our attendance. So please look forward to, if you guys are on the West Coast, please look forward to traveling back east for the World Finals. That would be awesome. We would love to have you guys out there back in Owensboro. I remember that time. Owensboro, Kentucky. That'll be October 1st and 2nd. So please, if you guys need transportation or whatever, Justin Stolman, he has he can take four vehicles with him. We can, if that gets filled up, we can start talking to other people and try and get some deals and whatnot. Justin wants to go out there anyway, so maybe he can. Well, he wants to go and watch, so maybe he could possibly cut some really good deals. And right below me and right below Jeffrey there, we have these big empty spots that we would love to put some sponsors there. If you guys want to get with us about sponsoring the show, we do have a price sheet all set up. You can talk to us. We can do commercials, all that other stuff for you guys. But if you want to participate and help sponsor the show, you can put your team. You can even be a team sponsoring this event. You could be a manufacturer. You could be a shop. We don't care. We just want you to sponsor and show that you appreciate what we do. Also, if you're just a competitor and want to sponsor it, hey, we'll put your name down there if you want to do that. Or you can throw us a tip right above our heads here. It shows our Cash App and our Venmo. It's also going to be in the show description. We'll have this up on iHeart, iTunes, Apple Podcast, all that stuff tomorrow morning. You know what? I'm not bowling tonight. I'll get it up there tonight. So we'll have that up here later tonight, and it'll be on iHeart, iTunes, Apple Podcast, all that stuff. But once again, guys, hey, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Ricky and Rick. We appreciate it. Jeffrey, good job again. We will see you guys next week at 5:30 p.m. California time, the only time that matters, obviously. And we'll see you next week. Have a good day. Peace.
All right, guys. See you later.
Hold on, Ricky. Hey, thank you guys. I got you on mute, so hope you guys had a good time with us. All right. We will see you at Friday night, and hopefully we'll have a good time. Don't forget to bring your meters in case Jay wants to do deathmatch, okay? All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Hey, remember to hook up with Jeffrey. Jeffrey, if you want to know more about your vehicle, I mean, he had the same thing. I will tell you, one of the big things with any of the caravans is as much area as you can leave behind the box, that vacant, the louder it's going to get. So, yep. So, no walls. Can you have a battery box and no walls? I don't remember. I don't think you can't cut, but can you have a battery box? Now you're gonna make me look up the rules, aren't you? Turnpro.com, DB Drag Racing, DB Drag rules. Yeah, I know you can't cut. Oh, let's go to the matrix. 'Cause- normal use, high frequency limits, battery quantity max, underbody. There you go, the UBD, right? So yes, you can. Undercarriage build down permitted, formerly called battery box. So it says right here in no walls. So just saying, you might want to try and stuff some batteries under your vehicle. I mean, it's like you guys know how to weld, right? You guys are welders. Yeah. Yeah. If you can add an extra 14 inches of height behind that box, you might find it like so to test it would be to take your batteries outside the vehicle and then burp it with the batteries just outside the vehicle and see if that increases your score. Just saying. So you might find some gain there, and then like Jeffrey said, playing with your AC controls, you might find some gains too. Yep. All right. Just trying to help you out, brother.